Hello there and welcome to Engineering and You. It's a program where we talk about engineering, what they do, how it affects our lives, how it makes our society better, and how it improves our standard of living. My name is Tunde Olaniro, your regular anchor on this program. And if you are conversant with this program, it's a program where we not only talk to you, but you get to talk to us. We have questions for the day and questions for the week, and we engage on all social media platforms. Now for today, we have our questions for the day ready for you. Every winner will get a prize. The prize is courtesy Prince Engineer Yemisi Shilon FNSC. He is the sponsor of this program and is always supported by the Nigeria Society of Engineers Abeokuta branch. Now the question for the day is, if the value of moment arm is 0, then torque produced will be. If the value of moment arm is 0, then torque produced will be what? If you know the answer, you can pick your phone and call us, or you can go on Facebook at Ogtv, you can go on YouTube at Ogtv Abeokuta, or Instagram, Ogun State Television. Let's get your answers, and from there we'll know if you are the winner and we'll get the prize across to you accordingly. My guest is already in the house, and before I let you know who he is, we'll take this very short break, and when we return, I will expose to you who my guest is. Welcome back. My guest for today is Engineer Peter Oladele Oladipo, FNSC FNIEE. He's a fellow of the Nigeria Institute of Electrical and Electronics Engineering. He is a fellow of the Nigeria Society of Engineers. He's registered with the Council of Regulation of Engineering in Nigeria, COREN. He's the pioneer chairman, Abeokuta chapter of the Nigeria Institute of Electrical and Electronic Engineers. He's managing partner, Polar Consulting, a building engineering service consulting service established about 25 years ago. He started gathering his work experience in building engineering service at the Federal Ministry of Works and Housing, Lagos headquarters and Ogun field headquarters from July 1989 to June 1985. He joined a private architectural engineering firm in Surulere, Lagos in 1995 and left in 1996 to establish his private firm, which he has been managing till date. Several projects has been handled by him, some of which include the design of completed electrical plumbing service for Olabisi Onabanjo Presidential Library and OOPL Abeokuta, the external power distribution system for OOPL complex, among so many others. As part of his contribution to engineering developments in Nigeria, his firm has provided a tutelage and mentoring platform for many engineering undergraduates and graduates, some of whom had found their way in the military, paramilitary, MDAs, while some have succeeded in establishing their own practice. The profile is much. I had to abridge, because if you have to go that way, the whole duration of the program will be reading his profile. Welcome to Engineering and You, Engineer Oladipo.
Thank you for having me.
Our topic for today is role of building service engineers in national infrastructural development. Now we'll be talking more on that on this edition of the program. Now we building service engineers, what do they do?
Building service engineers are these engineers that provide design of basic amenities for static structures in your buildings. When you have a building, let's assume that you have a building completed with tiles, paint, roof, and things like that, and you don't have facilities to make life comfortable for you in that building, then how does it look like? So Services engineering are things that provide comfort and quality of life for you in your buildings, such as lighting systems, such as heating and ventilation, cooling systems, such as plumbing system, your drainage systems, and things like that. Even including security, CCTV, including smart, satellite master antenna TV system, and so on and so forth.
So how does this make life better? Because this program is all about making us see what engineering has done to make life and living better.
Thank you very much. Now, we are talking of building services. And the architects have done their jobs, giving you the design. You bring in engineers to build. That aspect can be handled by structural or civil engineers. Then all other things that will make life comfortable for you in that building are done, designed, installed, and serviced by people that we call building services engineers. They are the ones that would conceptualize the design. They go into preparation of what we call bills of engineering measurement and evaluation. For instance, where we are now is a building. Even without being here, before you built this place, somebody would have been able to do the design and project that this is how much this thing will cost you. So building services engineers, apart from doing the designs, they manage the project in terms of finance. They manage the time. They could tell you this is how much it will cost you to do, to finish these aspects of facilities that you want to provide in the building. They will tell you how much time it will take. And when you start the project, they will manage the entire project for you. They will manage even your contractors. So these are what the services engineers do. And it is not limited to that, because if you want to relate it to the topic that we're having today, I would extend it to what we call built environment. Built environment exceeds just building. It encompasses any human-made environment, any human-made structure that would accommodate women and facilitate their activities. So that is what services engineers do.
Now, aside from managing houses for individuals, do this arm of engineering manage for the society, for the community?
Oh, good. You see, I started with building. Building can be a structure. Do get it? And I said I extended to built environment. Built environment is what all infrastructures you can think of. Roads, your seaports, transportation system, including the seaports, the airports. Energy is part of our infrastructure. Do you get it? That is supply, distribution, generation of electricity. You have gas pipelines and things like that. Even we have some unseen infrastructures. Do you get it? Like the way we are talking now, and it is being transmitted to people in their various houses. Into their people receiving us at far distances. You cannot touch that, but it is part of basic infrastructures. And the service engineers are involved in all this. So it is not just limited to a single building. In fact, if you are talking of national infrastructure development, we are talking of many things. We are talking of all the infrastructures that will make the living, the life, the quality of life of citizenry to improve. You are talking of growing the economy of that nation. You are also talking about improving the competitiveness of the country. So service engineers are involved in all these infrastructures, not just building.
All right. Because you are kind of, in a way, introducing something new to most of us that are laymen in terms of engineering.
Okay.
Because all we know, if you say what are the type of engineering we have, we'll say mechanical, computer, and all of that.
Okay.
Now, service engineering is kind of new. Now, I want to ask, how much of service engineering do people, individuals, patronize or adopt when erecting their structures or building things?
Good. Now, let me start this way. Services engineering is not new. It's just that we narrow it to a particular thing. If you study mechanical engineering, you study wide spectrum of mechanical engineering. Do you get it? We have mechanical engineers that deal with automobiles. We have people that deal with machines. Some engineers are in a Lafarge. They are in a Dangote cement factories and things. They are mechanical engineers too. Do you get it? Some, the only thing they do is just plumbing system, your water system. Some are into sewage. Do you get it? So it is a wide spectrum. Then when you come to electrical too, you have, where we are now, you have people that are working with your transmitters. Do you get it? People that are doing the maintenance of this equipment. They are electrical engineers. Some people install your transformers. Some people did the wiring of where we are now of your studio. They are electrical engineers, or at least they are electrical engineering personnel. Do you get it? But then, some people, when after graduation, either by choice or by providence, they find themselves doing only one particular thing. Do you get it? It's like you have what the people that work, that we call mechanic. The people, okay, the only thing he does is just Toyota. Do you get it? Things like that. So that is why we call them services engineers. It's not that when you are in school, you really studied what they call services engineering. Do you get it? It's either you studied mechanical engineering or you studied electrical engineering. But when you come out and you find yourself in a built environment, in a built industry, you get it? Do you get it? Then you call yourself a services engineer.
All right. I would like to ask this question in the mind, thinking through the mind of a young person.
Yeah.
Now, if I choose to become a service engineer in the future,
good,
would I make money?
Well, if money is the motive, I wouldn't say yes or no. Do get it? But then, believe in your mind that if you are out to provide solutions to people's problems, you will make money. And if being in services engineering, you are there to provide solutions to people's challenges, do get it? You are there to serve them.
We have a caller. Timilay, good evening.
Good evening.
How are you doing? How is Ife today?
Huh?
How is Ife today?
Hello?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Good evening.
Good evening. Do you have a question for my guests?
No, I'm here. I want to answer the question.
All right, go ahead, Timilay. What's the answer to the question?
You talk is yellow.
All right, I'll let you know if you are correct or not. Thank you so much, Timilay, for calling. Thank you so much. All right, you were talking about...
Yes, I said yes. If you know what you are doing and you develop yourself, you expose yourself to the challenges of people around you, and you are focused on providing solutions to them, definitely you will make money. But honestly, making money shouldn't be your motive. This money will come.
Okay, if let's assume Nigeria decides to, from today, engage in service engineering, in all arm of engineering that we have, how developed will Nigeria become?
I started by saying that infrastructures improve the quality of life of people. You get it? There's no nation can develop without engineering, without infrastructure development. It is not possible. In fact, right now I understand that the population...
Right, we have a call. Victoria from Lagos. Victoria, good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Hello, Victoria. How are you doing? How is Lagos today?
Fine, thank you, sir.
All right. Do you want to ask my guest a question, or you want to answer our question?
I want to answer the question.
All right. Go ahead. Give us the answer.
The talking will be one.
All right. I'll let you know if you are correct, Victoria. Thank you so much for calling.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I was saying that I think by now the population of Nigeria should have grown over to 20 million. And there was a projection from United Nations that maybe by 2050 it would exceed 400 million. Do you get it? Meaning that we must not just stop developing our infrastructures. And if you're talking of infrastructure, you are talking of engineering. If you don't develop all this and we keep multiplying, we keep growing in population, then it means that we are deliberately throwing ourselves into abject poverty. We are throwing ourselves into backwardness. So if we want to move forward, if we want to grow, and we want to be reckoned with in the committee in the Committee of Nations, then we just have to develop engineering and our infrastructures.
All right. But if you see any new invention in Nigeria, most of the time,
Yes.
they are not invented by Nigerian engineers.
Good.
Now, how do we now develop a country without Nigerian engineers being at the forefront of invention, fabrication in Nigeria?
Thank you very much. And you also see, you have also seen the trend of things that most people that we call these inventors from other nations are Africans. Even some of them are Nigerians. Are you getting it? So what we have here, we have the brain, we have the personnel, we have the people, but we don't have that enabling environment for invention, for invention and to develop. So that is our problem here. It is not about people. It is the people that will reject here that will go offshore the country and partake in development of other nations, or even bring out inventions, new inventions from another land.
Right, let's talk about you briefly. You chose to study electrical and electronics engineering. Why?
Well, I think I would say that now is just by providence. When I was young, I was I wanted to be an engineer right from when I was in primary school. But all my mind then was to become a mechanical engineer. And in fact, what I even thought was mechanical engineering then was seeing people repairing vehicles, repairing the motorcycles and things like that. So that is all I believed was engineering as a child. When I left secondary school, I found myself working with Nigerian Television Authority at Ogtv in Abeokuta here. And I think I worked as engineering assistant that time. That time there was work, school start, you could work anywhere. I taught in school, then I find myself also in NTA, supporting the engineers there, and that is where I developed interest in reading electrical engineering.
And how, any regrets so far?
No.
You have thought that maybe I would have been better studying mechanical
the way you started, you have asked me one question at that time. We are talking about money. If you are talking of, like I said, if money is the motive, maybe I would say I wouldn't have loved to be an engineer, maybe a businessman or doing something that would take less energy and give me more money. They get it. But if it is about accomplishment, I think being an engineer, I'm fulfilled, sort of.
Okay, we have a caller. Ibrahim from Edo State. Ibrahim, good evening.
Yeah, good evening, sir.
Good evening. How are you doing?
I'm fine. And you, sir?
I'm all right. I'm doing fine, as you can see. You want to answer our question, or you want to ask my guest?
I want to ask a question, please.
All right, go ahead.
I want to ask.
Go ahead, Ibrahim.
Okay, my question is, this thing you are having there, sorry, the guest you are having there.
Yeah.
I want to know, in making reference to you having you asking a question that if you have if you want to choose a career, like if you want to do this based on money, if you make money from it, he didn't answer the question straight.
Okay.
I want to
answer it straight up.
Without the primary reason of making money. Then what the essence?
All right. Thank you so much, Ibrahim, for that question. He said, if money is not the aim but the cause to choose, then what is the essence?
I did not dot the question. I only said, in the first place, money shouldn't be the motive in the first place. It should be your interest. Because I added that if you are ready to solve problems, money will follow. It is just definite. Do you get it? If you study engineering, and you graduate and you are in the forefront of problem solving, definitely money will come. But if your motive ab initio is money, I'm sorry. In fact, this goes for any profession, not just engineering. One may begin to misbehave. For instance, now, if I'm here to learn, to improve myself, I get in, and you have told me, please, I'm just giving you 10,000 naira per month, and I know what I will take, improving myself, adding to my knowledge, and I felt within myself that, okay, I will go to where I'll be doing something else and be collecting 100,000 naira per month. Are you getting me? Then I may not be a successful engineer because I've not allowed myself to be trained. I've not given myself to training because of money. Do you get it? And this goes to, this applies to any work, any profession.
All right. Before we have to round off, but before we go, I would like you to advise a young Nigerian watching this program. Why must they choose engineering?
Well, engineering is very sweet. I'm telling you, it's a profession that solves people's problems and challenges. And as I've just said, you will have that sense of accomplishment within you. You will have that joy, of solving people's problems. Do you get it? And I think that is enough. And you make your money, as I said.
All right, if you solve people's problem, you will definitely make your money. That's the crux of what we learned today. And for today, we asked a question earlier, and that's if the value of moment arm is 0, then the torque produced will be what? The answer is 0. And the winner for today is Timileyin from Ife. Timileyin, I know you are watching. Just call this number at the end of the program, 0803 684 7505. Again, 003 684 7505. And your prize will get to you. The prize is courtesy our sponsor, Engineer Prince Yemisi Shilon, FNSC. And for the question for the week, as we go ahead all through the week, what level of organization is Spirogera? What level of organization is Spirogera? Let us have your answer at Ogtv on Facebook, at Ogtv Abeokuta on YouTube, and Open State Television on Instagram. On this note, we would like to say thank you to our guest, Engineer Peter Oladipo. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you very much.
And thank you for watching Engineer and You today. Next week is another time where we'll come to your viewing pleasure. Until then, my name is Tutu Olaniran, and I'm saying bye-bye.